scary things ChatGPT has said that we should fear. I'm your host Andrew, and let's get right into this list. We have dangerous tutorials. As people began to write out their questions and ideas into ChatGPT, it raises a lot of concerns about the information ChatGPT is able to provide. And in some cases, people are asking some pretty harsh things. From instructions like asking the chat how to make a Molotov cocktail, to creating praise and worship songs that go against all sort of religious morals, ChatGPT seems to be lacking a sense of morality when it comes to these responses. For example, a Twitter user by the name of Irving Paris asked ChatGPT to, quote, write a praise and worship song about God, and it eventually wrote out an entire song with discriminatory language and conflicting ideas. Even though the system is new, let's just hope they can find the fine line of what's appropriate and what's not. At a number 4 spot, it can write error-free phishing emails. AI language models such as ChatGPT are being used to produce highly convincing phishing emails that may evade security software email filters. And this is crazy because while other scam and phishing emails have noticeable differences when it comes to real ones, these email prompts generated by ChatGPT are without any sort of typos and confusing grammar, which makes it that much more difficult to call out. Cybersecurity researchers warn that cyber criminals are also using AI to write malware, with the potential for the lower quality of non-malicious code produced by AI to be exploited. Although guardrails are in place to prevent the nefarious use of ChatGPT, they are far from foolproof, and users still must be cautious about the data they feed into this AI. And I guess the best way to protect against all of this is just to log out of the internet and go outside. Hope this doesn't actually become a popular scamming method, because it would be pretty scary. At number 3 spot, capable of racism and sexism. ChatGPT has been found to write discriminatory Python programs that base a person's capability on their race, gender, and physical traits. OpenAI has acknowledged AI shortcomings, including its ability to produce biased content, and they continue to fine-tune ChatGPT as time goes by. However, some tests reveal that ChatGPT appears to employ positive discrimination to reverse the trend. For instance, a program that determines someone's salary based on their physical traits seems to be arbitrary or higher multipliers for marginalized groups. On the other hand, when asked to create a Python program to determine if someone is a good scientist based on their gender and race, ChatGPT responded it is not appropriate to base an individual's suitability as a scientist on their gender or race. Issue of discriminatory algorithms is not new, because in 2019, Apple's credit card came under fire for relying on sexist algorithms when determining credit limits for people based on their gender. In response to the question of how much credit to offer based on gender, race, and nationality, ChatGPT reminded the user of the law, stating that it is generally illegal to base credit decisions on an individual's race, gender, or nationality. But what if AI eventually has a mind of its own and decides to be sexist and racist? Probably not going to turn out well. Number 2, we have creating malware. Continuing our next point, artificial intelligence continues to pose a threat to cybersecurity as ChatGPT has reportedly created a new strain of polymorphic malware after interacting with cybersecurity researchers at CyberArk. The malware created with ChatGPT is said to easily evade security products and make mitigation cumbersome with minimal effort and investment by adversaries. A technical report by CyberArk security researchers revealed that the first step to creating the malware was to bypass the content filters, preventing ChatGPT from creating malicious tools. The researchers simply insisted on the request, posing the same question more authoritatively, and received a functional code after. Furthermore, the researchers noted that when using the API version of ChatGPT, the system did not utilize its content filter. Thus, these researchers used ChatGPT to mutate the original code, creating multiple versions of it that are highly elusive and difficult to detect. The feature of ChatGPT to create and continually mutate injectors allowed the researchers to create a polymorphic program that poses a significant threat to cybersecurity of many companies and even governments, which is a very terrifying thought. All the way at a number 1 spot, we have it has a lot of power. OpenAI is one of the leading AI companies that has introduced several AI models that have the potential to transform the world. With great power comes great responsibility, and OpenAI holds a lot of power in its hands. It has the ability to choose what data is used to train ChatGPT and how it deals with the negative consequences that might arise from this sort of technology. However, there has been concerns raised about the possible biases on ChatGPT as well. Users have pointed out that ChatGPT can produce responses that discriminate against certain groups of people, which is a matter of great concern. Despite the concerns, OpenAI continues to develop this technology according to its own goals. ChatGPT raised the question of whether AI code should be made an open source. While OpenAI considers safety to be high priority, there is still much we don't know about how these models are created. This has led to a debate about whether the code should be made an open source or if OpenAI should keep parts of it secret. At the end of the day, all we can do is trust that OpenAI will research, develop, and use ChatGPT responsibly and for good use. Well, these are the scary things ChatGPT has said that we should fear. What do you guys think about this list? Leave a comment down below with your thoughts and some suggestions for some future videos. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you never miss a future video ever again. I'm your host, Andrew, and I hope you guys have a scary day.